Welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you news from Thursday's Republican debate, news from the Ridgecrest Police Department, Rotary Club news, scam alert training, today's gas prices, weather sports, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News Crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Whitnick. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. Well, Thursday evening we had the 11th Republican debate. Note, there's only been 6 Democratic debates, and the Democrats still have not accepted a debate hosted by Fox. To many, that shows pure cowardice. Anyway, Thursday's debate was hosted by Fox News. It was held at the Fox Theater in Detroit, Michigan. All 4 Republican candidates attended. The moderators were Brett Baer, Megyn Kelly, and Chris Wallace. This was the first time since the first debate that Megyn Kelly and Trump shared the stage. As anticipated, it was an all-out assault on Trump by Cruz and Rubio. At times it did get ugly. However, it wasn't quite as bad as expected, but it still wasn't nice. I'm not even going to comment on the personal attacks. Most pundits are saying that while Rubio tried the most to hurt Trump, followed very closely by Cruz, Trump held his own and probably won the debate again. Trump was pressured about the off-record interview that he won't release. Trump said that all of them have, from time to time, have to have off-the-record discussions with reporters. And they all expect these off-the-record remarks to be off the record. Thereby, now going after an off-the-record tape, then they will be suspect to people wanting maybe one of their off-the-record tapes to be released. But Trump did say that the tape would only show that he is willing to be flexible to negotiations on issues and getting things done. But that does not mean that on important positions that he would cave in to the other side's pressure, but that people have to be ready to learn and negotiate to get things done. The candidates really offered no new positions. In the attack sequence, Trump was challenged on his apparent change in positions from what he says now to what he used to say. His answer was that over the years he has learned more on a subject and that after careful consideration, it resulted in him changing his position on some issues. He said we have to be willing to research and learn about things, that sometimes our first thoughts are not correct and can change. He stressed the important thing from the question is that we need to be able to learn and not try and stick to a wrong position when faced with compelling information that changes your position. I have to say that Kasich was the only one that refused to jump into the personal attacks. He even at one point chuckled at a question posed to him, and he said that he is not going to be baited into the fray. I also have to say the moderators did a good job, and Trump and Megyn even had a polite exchange of comments. Anyway, like I said earlier, the debate was almost 2 hours of Rubio and Cruz attacking Trump. The debate closed with probably the most eye-opening question of the evening. The question was posed to Rubio, Cruz, and Kasich. In the light of Romney earlier in the day attacking Trump and pushing for a never support Trump movement a lot of establishment Republicans are now supporting, they were asked, no matter who the final nominee is, even if it is Trump, will you stand by your pledge and support Trump? Here's a video of that question and their answers. And thanks to Fox News for this video.
Welcome back to the Republican presidential debate. Let's get back at it. Gentlemen, this is the last question of the night. It has been a long time since our first debate 7 months ago in Cleveland. A lot has transpired since then, obviously, including an RNC pledge that all of you signed, agreeing to support the party's nominee and not to launch an independent run. Tonight, in 30 seconds, can you definitively say you will support the Republican nominee even if that nominee is Donald J. Trump? Senator Rubio, yes or no?
I'll support the Republican nominee.
Mr. Trump, yes or no?
I'll support Donald if he's the Republican nominee, and let me tell you why. Because the Democrats have 2 people left in the race. One of them is a socialist. The other one is under FBI investigation. And not only is she under FBI investigation, she lied to the families of the victims of Benghazi. And anyone who lies to the families of victims who have lost their lives in the service of our country can never be the commander-in-chief of the United States. We must defeat Hillary Clinton.
Senator Cruz, yes or no, you will support Donald Trump if he's the nominee?
Yes, because I gave my word that I would. And what I have endeavored to do every day in the Senate is do what I said I would do. You know, just on Tuesday, we saw an overwhelming victory in the state of Texas, where I won Texas by 17%. And I will say it was a powerful affirmation that the people who know me best, the people who I campaigned to, made promises that if you elect me, I'll lead the fight against Obamacare, I'll lead the fight against amnesty, I'll lead the fight against our debt, and I will fight for the Bill of Rights and your rights every day, that the people of Texas said, you have kept your word, and that's what I'll do as president.
Governor Kasich, yes or no, would you support Donald Trump as the Republican nominee?
Yeah, and I kind of think that before it's all said and done, I'll be the nominee. But let me also say, remember,
but your answer is yes.
I'm the little engine that can. And yeah, look, when you're in the arena, and we're in the arena, and the people out here watch, we're in the arena, we're traveling, we're working, we spend time away from our family. When you're in the arena, you enter a special circle, and you want to respect the people that you're in the arena with. So if he ends up as the nominee, sometimes he makes it a little bit hard, but, you know, I will support whoever is the Republican nominee for president.
Mr. Trump, I'm going to ask you a version of the same question. As we saw today with Mitt Romney, the Never Trump movement is gaining steam. Some people are talking about contributing millions of dollars to try to stop you. Again today, you raised the possibility that you might run as an independent if you feel you're treated unfairly by the Republican Party. So I'm going to phrase the question other three people on the stage just got. Can you definitively say tonight that you will definitely support the Republican nominee for president, even if it's not you?
Even if it's not me? Let me just start off by saying
30 seconds, sir.
Okay, that I'm very, very proud of. Millions and millions of people have come to the Republican Party over the last little while. They've come to the Republican Party, and by the way, the Democrats are losing people. This is a trend that's taken place. It's the biggest thing happening in politics, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. And I'm going to give them some credit, too, even though they don't deserve it. But the answer is, yes, I will.
Yes, you will support the nominee of the party.
Yes, I will.
Their answers kind of take some of the wind out of the Never Trump movement. CBS News this morning is declaring Trump that he won the debate. Most pundits are saying that Rubio and Cruz spent too much of valuable time attacking Trump when they should have used it to provide thoughtful positions statements. And most are giving Kasich kudos for staying out of the sometimes called elementary school tactics being used by the others. So on we go. Here's what's next in the election cycle. This Saturday, March 5th, primaries will be held in Kansas, Louisiana, Kentucky and Maine for the Republicans, and Nebraska for the Democrats. On Sunday, there will be elections in Maine for the Democrats and in Puerto Rico for the Republicans. Then next Wednesday, March 8th, there will be elections in Hawaii and Idaho for the Republicans, and Michigan and Mississippi for both parties. The next big elections will come in 2 weeks. On Tuesday, March 15th, elections will be held in Florida, Illinois, Missouri, Northern Mariana Islands, North Carolina, and Ohio. This is the big one because Florida is Rubio's home state and Ohio is Kasich's home state. If either of them lose their home state, it could be the end for their campaigns. Rubio PACs and establishment billionaires have signed on to spending $23 million in support ads for Rubio. Can you imagine that? They're going to spend $23 million in TV advertising to defeat Trump and support Rubio. $23 million in just 2 weeks. And that doesn't include the ads that Cruz will run attacking Trump, too. Those poor people in Florida and Ohio are going to be going crazy by the end of the next 2 weeks. And you know, most of the ads will not be fair or polite. They'll stretch the truth, and some will even have lies in them. They'll have negative charges of supposition and innuendo. Oh well, it's not going to be pretty, and guess who's loving it? The Democrats. The next debates are these. Sunday evening, March 6th, there will be a Democrat debate in Flint, Michigan. This is the site of the recent water tragedy that happened there. And the debate will be hosted by CNN. It will start at 5 p.m. our time and run 2 hours. I expect this debate to be much more polite than the Republican debate. In news from the Ridgecrest Police Department, They'll be having a DUI checkpoint and roving saturation patrol out this Friday evening. The checkpoint will be set up as a driver's license and DUI checkpoint starting at 7 p.m. It will go until the department decides to shut it down. The roving patrol will run from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. During the evening, officers will be looking for signs of alcohol and/or drug impairment while driving. Officers will also be checking for proper driver's licenses. Specially trained officers will conduct evaluations of drivers suspected to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs. This enforcement effort is paid for by a grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety and through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Remember, don't drink and drive. Use a designated driver. The life you save may be yours or some innocent person. Don't ruin your life and the lives of others by driving drunk. And the police encourage the public, if you witness a driver that appears to be driving drunk, call 911 and report it. Try and provide the vehicle information like the make of the vehicle and its license number. The location and direction of travel is helpful. Drive safe, don't drink or use drugs, and drive. And here's another traffic safety event from the Ridgecrest Police Department. On Monday, March 7th, they are starting bicyclist, pedestrian, and enforcement patrols. On Monday, the Ridgecrest Police Department will step up bike and pedestrian safety enforcement operations with focused enforcement on collision-causing factors involving motorists, pedestrians, and bicyclists. The department has mapped out locations over the past 3 years where pedestrian and bike collisions have occurred, along with the violations that led to those crashes. Extra officers will be on duty patrolling areas where bike and pedestrian traffic and crashes occur. This is an effort to lower deaths and injuries. Officers will be looking for violations made by drivers, bike riders, and pedestrians alike that can lead to life-changing injuries. Special attention will be directed toward drivers speeding, making illegal turns, failing to stop for signs and signals, failing to yield to pedestrians in crosswalks, or any other dangerous violation. Additionally, enforcement will be taken for observed violations when pedestrians cross the street illegally or fail to yield to drivers who have the right-of-way. Bike riders will be stopped and issued citations when they fail to follow the same traffic laws that apply to motorists. All riders are reminded to always wear a helmet, and those under 18 years of age must wear helmets by law. Pedestrians should cross the street only in marked crosswalks or at corners. Bicycle and pedestrian fatalities are rising in California as more people use these non-motorized means of transportation. Locally, the Ridgecrest Police Department has investigated numerous fatal and injury collisions involving pedestrians and bicyclists during the past 3 years. In 2013, California witnessed 701 pedestrians and 141 bicyclists killed, accounting for more than 28% of all traffic fatalities. That is an amazing statistic. 28% of all traffic fatalities involve pedestrians and bicyclists. Funding for this program is provided by a grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. In news from the Kern County Adult Protective Services Department, Jeremy Oliver, Program Director, has announced SCAMS training here in the Valley. There will be 2 Valley locations for the training. The first training in the Valley will be in Inyokern, Wednesday, March 9th at 10:30 a.m. It will be held at the Inyokern Senior Center at 1247 Broadway in Inyokern. The second training class will be held Tuesday, March 15th at 10:30 a.m. The training will be held at the Ridgecrest Senior Center, 125 South Warner in Ridgecrest. Please join Aging and Adult Services, Adult Protective Services Division as they address the various scams targeting our seniors. This is their first event to provide education to the public on this topic. Additional workshops will be scheduled throughout Kern County in the coming months. Michelle Brown, an Adult Protective Services worker, will be educating the public on grandparent scams, IRS tax scams, contractor scams, and identity theft. The event is free and open to anyone who wants to learn more about scams to protect themselves and those they care about. For more information, please contact them at 661-868-1000. This is great training for our seniors. Again, this training will be March 9th in Inyokern and March 15th in Ridgecrest. In Rotary Club news, the Rotary Club of China Lake is hosting their annual Rotary Scholarship Dinner and Auction. Each year, the club issues over $20,000 in scholarships to local students going on to college. This is a fun evening with a great dinner and with live and silent auctions. This dinner is open to anyone that wants to attend. You don't have to be a member of Rotary to attend and participate. The event raises money for local graduate and senior scholarships. The event starts at 5:30 p.m. in the Kerr-McGee Center. For more information, contact Vincent Avalos at 760-382-2954. The cost of the dinner is $30, which includes a great prime rib dinner. There'll be door prizes as well, so come out Saturday evening for the great event. Help support the Rotary Club Scholarship Program. All scholarships are awarded to local students. Now in KZGN's continuous effort to provide news and information to Vastor, here are today's gas prices for Ridgecrest and some surrounding areas. Well, since my last report on Wednesday, local prices continue to be holding steady, but surrounding areas continue to decline. Ridgecrest still has the lowest prices in all the areas we are monitoring. As of this morning, Ridgecrest is ranging from $2.17 to $2.79. Lancaster from $2.39 to $2.99. The LA Valley area $2.33 to $2.49, and the Bishop area $2.60 to $2.89. We have 3 stations at the $2.17 per gallon. We'll have to wait and see how prices settle down after all the stations have summer formula pumping. Tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for updates. We at KZGN always suggest you shop locally to support our local economy. Remember, when you pay sales tax out of town, you're helping those cities pave their streets instead of here. Now stay with us for weather and sports when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Now here's Lane with the weather.
Thank you, Tom. From the National Weather Service, snow and rain will develop over parts of the northern plains today and move to parts of the upper Mississippi Valley, upper Great Lakes, and middle Mississippi Valley by this evening. Storm systems will move into the western U.S. through the weekend, bringing heavy rain with potential flash flooding and high elevation snow. Temperatures across the nation. Carolinas at 44, Georgia at 52, Arkansas at 59, northern Texas at 67, Arizona at 81, and Los Angeles at 65. And for us locally, tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 48, south-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 74, west-southwest wind 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Saturday night, a 50% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 48, south-southwest wind 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25. Sunday, a 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 61, west wind 20 to 25 miles per hour with gusts as high as 35. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 41, west-southwest wind 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Monday, a 60% chance of rain, partly sunny with a high near 59, southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday night, a 30% chance of rain, partly cloudy with a low around 37, north-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 66, north wind 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. And that is your forecast for the IWV. Now back to Tom.
Thanks, Lane. Now here's sports with Tom Hecht.
And a very pleasant Friday afternoon to everyone. Let's talk about Saracoso baseball. Coyotes now 2 wins in a row on the road in the conference. On Tuesday, they beat San Bernardino. Yesterday, they beat Desert over at Desert. Final score 6-2. Coso off this weekend. They'll play next week, Tuesday, on the road against Rio Hondo. It's been a few years since the Coyotes have beaten the Roadrunners over in Whittier. And then on Thursday, they'll be home against Victor Valley College. Then Saturday, home again against Barstow. High-flying Coyotes. Great job by Justice Scott this year at the helm on the hill. All right, let's talk about the Temple Owls. They beat Maryland last night. Maryland was number 7. Temple looking very, very good. Look for them to be one of the top seeds in the NCAA tournament. Houston, best year in a long time. 22 wins now. They beat Cincinnati at home. Calvin Sampson in his second year doing a great job there. It's been a long while since the Cougars have won 20 games in a season. All right, California and Arizona battle in the desert. Arizona tops the Bears 64-61. They came from behind to do that. Maryland, or rather, the University of Syracuse defeats Illinois last night, and then we have a big win last night for Santa Barbara in the Big West as they try to get the number 2 seed in that Big West tournament. They beat UC Riverside up in Santa Barbara. Big game over the weekend. 2 rivals. UNC, University of North Carolina, takes on Duke. That game will be at the Camden Indoor Arena at Duke, where Duke seldom loses. Duke right now number 17 in the land, UNC number 8. Also last night, Louisiana Tech gets by Marshall. Northwestern beats Penn State, and Georgia beats South Carolina. Those teams all fighting for an NCAA tournament bid. Golden State, the Warriors, 44 wins in a row at home. 44 wins in a row at home. 56-5 their record on the season. They play Oklahoma City last night in Oakland. They beat Oklahoma City without Stephen Curry. All right, the Heat also beat the Suns. The Suns are just miserable this year. They are just defied all logic when it comes to winning. I thought that would be a pretty good team this year. Jeff Hornacek fired a couple of weeks ago. 7 straight road losses for Phoenix. The Kings beat the Mavericks. All right, the Dodgers aren't going to have Brett Anderson. He'll be out 3 to 5 months. Their star left-hander. He has some kind of an injury that he did during practice the other day over in Arizona at their facility. NHL, the Ducks beat the Coyotes. The Kings win again. Oilers over the Flyers. The Sabres get a win over the Flames. Pittsburgh beats the Rangers. And the Wild defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's your sports for this Friday. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. Also, KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. Now stay tuned for Ridgecrest Talk coming up next.